So I am going on my first trip to Seattle. Hello to anyone that's watching. My name is Rai'Vaughn Brock, and I want to become a filmmaker. I began recording myself on a VHS camcorder when I was 6 years old, and as time progressed, so did I. Eventually moving on to recording short skits and other videos, posting them onto YouTube, I knew I wanted to do more. At the time, I didn't know that filmmaking could be a career, so I never looked any further into it. But now, I know. I've been aware for about 4 years now that I desire to be a filmmaker. I just didn't have a solid plan. In the first 2 years, in my time of realization, I believed I would move to California and become an independent filmmaker while I worked a full-time job. For some, that may work, but realistically for a boy moving from Maryland to somewhere on the West Coast where I've actually never been, nor have I ever been on a plane or traveled that far, I needed to be realistic. I thought for some time that the plan to move from Maryland to California was solid, but I started receiving questions that I couldn't answer, like, where would you stay? Who do you know there? Why do you want to go that far? I didn't know. I just knew California seemed like prime time, that luxurious place where everyone goes when they want to be a filmmaker or, at most, a YouTuber. By the time I knew my California plan was flawed, I still stuck with that idea. Whenever anyone asked me what I was doing after I graduated, that was it. College was also not an option at all in my grand plan. I thought college wouldn't have anything to teach me because everything about film I could learn was on the internet or in the books. If I had any schooling when I moved, it would have been some kind of filmmaking class that I could independently pay for. I just wanted to avoid all the work, but college is the best way for me to transition into careers smoothly, instead of plopping myself at the bottom of the barrel. Near the end of my 3rd year of high school, there was a career fair going on one day, and there just so happened to be a filmmaker there, Tanner Jarman. He gave me the advice to go to college because it gives me a chance to be around other creative minds, and that could aid me in gaining knowledge. This also gives me the opportunity to network with those who want to be in the filmmaking industry. I took his advice to heart and on that day began looking at colleges. At first I obviously looked in California because of what my plan was going to be in the past. Then Washington slowly began to be the place I was looking at for college education because the area and landscape of Washington looked beautiful. I knew I had so many options when it came to filming if I were to move there. Suddenly, Washington became my main priority when it came to schooling, and California was just a speckle of dust somewhere in my mind. I started applying to receive information from those schools so I can actually start applying. Lucky enough, I was contacted by the Assistant Dean of Admissions for the Art Institute of Seattle. And this is the school that piqued my interest the most. After many emails and phone calls traded back and forth, I knew that that school was for me. I just had to go visit the school for myself, so I planned it. My grandfather paid for everything, and it was set in stone. We were visiting the school on November 4th. It was coming oh so very soon, and I can't believe what happened when I got there.